Hey, it's Tim here with Expert Power Wash. Got a really cool skid back here to show you guys. This one has a lot of different customizations that the customer wanted. Let's jump into this and take a look. All right, here it is. This is a 6.5 foot pressure washing skid. I'll do a quick overview so you can see everything that's on this skid, and then we'll jump into all the details and show you all the features of this skid. All right, we'll start over here at the pressure washer. So this is going to be one of our custom builds. This is a Honda GX690, 8 gallon a minute, 3,500 PSI. What makes this unique is this is spec'd out to the way that we want these things built. You have an authentic Honda exhaust. You have our all-time favorite, which is the General TSF 2021 pump there. That thing is bulletproof. You have the gear drive system. So most would think that this is a direct drive type of setup, but it's not. That gear drive unit there goes in between, reduces the gearing of this, makes this thing last a lot longer, and really it takes an 8 gallon a minute pressure washer and makes it a lot more compact and a lot more reliable because you're not dealing with belts. Also, you'll notice over here at the pressure washer, we have the unloader has been removed off of the pump and it is block mounted. That way you can reduce some of the vibrations and things that would typically vibrate and break there. That's a common break point on most pressure washers. So again, that's just been relocated. Let's see if I can get a better look down there for you. Block mounted on the back there. This pressure washer also has a recharging system, so it will keep the battery charged up. If you're using the pressure washer, normally daily, it'll keep your battery charged up for your 12 volt pump system. We'll get into the inside. You'll notice as I back up here, I want to show you something that we believe in doing wholeheartedly is making sure that even though this is a 6.5 foot skid, we have 3 tanks in here, so 300 gallons of liquid capacity. You can see there, you still have space, even with the gas tank and the 2 soap tanks and the drain hose. Let me show you, this isn't our skid here, but I'll show you kind of the design and why I like leaving ours open and empty. So this came in through the repair shop. We did a couple things on it, just spruced it up, but you can see the pressure washer goes there. So for you to get in and work on anything like plumbing, you would have to crawl under there, or if that was full and it's on your truck, you have to climb up over the side. Again, this isn't our skid, but we've done some work on it and fixed a bunch of things. But going back over to the skid here that we built, you can see that this one's going to be a lot beefier. If you take a look at the gussets here, the welds, the thickness, I don't know if this will come across on the video, but all this stuff is 1/4 inch thick. This is radius aluminum, super heavy duty, sturdy. You can look at the way that it's gusseted. That's not just gusseted there, but we're also using the square tube up under the back there. Pardon the sirens in the background. We live in the Portland, Oregon area, and it's about 6 something a.m. here. Hopefully whatever they're rushing off to, everybody is okay. So going back to the back of the skid here, we have an 11 gallon aluminum fuel tank. Some of the things that we've done here that make ours a little bit different is we're not just putting vent tubes in here. This is actually a rollover valve. It's commonly used in the racing industry. There's a ball there, so when the gas pushes up against the bottom of it, pushes the ball up, and then there's no leakage. But when you're sitting normally here, then you're able to pull in air into the fuel tank. The reason why you want to have your fuel tank vented is because this pressure washer has a internal fuel pump, these bigger ones. Going over there, this is a filter, so all the water gets filtered before it gets pulled into the pressure washer. Heavy duty clamps. You can see all the clamps that we use on these things. These are full stainless, heavy duty, all banjo fittings. Got the 2 soap tanks here. This is so this customer can run 2 different soaps. He's going to select it from down here. We have our custom bracket system and 3-way valve there. So he'll set the soap on his soft wash mixer. I'll show you guys that in a few. And then down here, he just selects from what tank he wants it to come from. Over here, we have the 1-inch drain. And once this is installed in the truck, these are commonly just ran along the outside of the skid, and it comes out over the tailgate, and then you can just curl it back in there on the side. We got it coiled up there for convenience, but that's a 1-inch drain. So you can quickly drain your water. You can wash your hands, wash your eyes out, fill buckets. You got plenty of flow there, and it gives you the opportunity not to travel with water. Locking surface cleaner rack there, we talked about it, I think, on the other side. This has its keys here, has the lock there, that's all stainless. We have the Whisper Wash 19-inch classic. This is our all-time favorite. That's what we recommend. There's other options, but that's going to be our top recommendation, is the Whisper Wash. Going over here, this is something kind of unique. The customer wanted a rinse pump and did not want a whole ton of volume, but wanted just this. He does a lot of night work, and he's going to be using the soft wash system, and then just wanted a way to do some mellow rinsing and not make any noise. So we were able to put in an additional 7-gallon 100 psi Remco pump. This is just going to pull directly out of the water tank. There's no mixers or anything connected with that. Over here you have 4 different hose reels. You have 2 18s and 2 12s. These are all Titan electrics. So you got the blue hose here. This is the rinse hose. You got the application hose, pressure hose, and garden. So as far as feet, this is 200 of rinse, 200 of application, 200 of pressure hose, and then 100 of 3/4 Flexzilla hose. And as you can see, all the hose reels have these really nice heavy duty hose reel guides. We've tested these in a lot of different situations. You can actually pull this thing backwards or to the side. These make it really, really easy to manage your hoses and not get messed up on the reel. Typically we'd wrap it around like a some type of object so you can pull it sideways, but with these it makes it so much easier. All going back to over here, as far as the application guns, we have the ST510 here with the J-rod. Same thing down below there for the application spray gun. And then we have our ball valve swivel here, all stainless steel fittings, Mossmatic swivel. I'll drop a little tip here. You need to be careful where you order your stuff from. I have a couple Mossmatics, and we did it as a test. I ordered one off of Amazon, and then of course we have tons from our supplier, and I compared them, and they both say Mossmatic, they both say made in the USA, but I can tell you they're night and day different. So make sure if you're not getting it from us, you're getting it from another quality supplier. There's a bunch of great reputable companies out there that sell good, authentic stuff. You just want to make sure that whoever you buy from, that you're not getting cheated out of something authentic. I'm telling you, I'm seeing it. The only reason I mention it, I'm seeing it more and more in the industry. It's been, guy came in with a DN10 ball valve last week. It fell apart after 1 month. We compared it to an authentic DN10 and his, again, night and day difference. Let's jump back into the skid here. I get off my soapbox on cheap Chinese knockoffs. So you can see the plumbing here. So the hose reel, this all goes into the tank there. There's a Hudson float valve. So what that Hudson float valve does is, as the water touches the bottom of it, it pushes up on that float valve and it stops the flow of water. So you don't have to worry about running back to the house to turn off your garden hose when your tanks are full. This will automatically do it for you. And we're using, again, all stainless steel. If you look at our hose clamps, every single one of these, sometimes I forget to mention some of the details because it's just common for us, but these are authentic Dixon clamps. These are full stainless. A lot of times on stainless steel clamps, they'll say stainless, and what they're referring to is the band there. And that indeed is stainless on a lot of the cheap ones, but the screw and the actual part that holds the screw is not stainless. So that's a lot of times where they cheap out, and you can find hose clamps cheaper than well, you can get them from us or other people, but long term, those hose clamps are going to fall apart. So my 2 cents, pay $1 or $2 for better equipment is going to last a lot longer for you. Looks like we're doing some testing there in the background. Oh, you're good. Doing some testing on another repair. Customer brought something in, didn't prime it, thought it was our pump. We're able to get these things fixed and get them rolling. Anyways, get back over to here. We got the gun there that goes with this skid. Got the backside of the surface cleaner rack there. So back here we have 100 gallons of bleach capacity, and I don't know if I'll be able to get in here and show you guys again, just which is common to us is some of the finer details. So this is a slotted PVC filter. This is going to be bleach resistant. You do not want to have any metal in your tanks. No clamps, no wire screen filters, none of that. So we heat up our hoses, slip on the barbs, and it stays super tight, and you want to make sure that your filters are fully submerged under the water. These are all just extra little tips along with the skid tour, but no metal whatsoever in your tanks. If you do it right, you won't need it. Another little feature here, we use uniseals. So these all go into the tanks. There's no fail points. What I was seeing early on is we would use some type of three-way valve that would go onto the top of the tank, or a bulkhead. The problem with the bulkhead and all those things, the drop sticks that screw to the bottom of them and the barbs, those are all fail points. 9 times out of 10, that stuff's gonna break, it's gonna leak, and then you're gonna be out on a job, and then it's just more things that you have to take care of and try to manage when you're trying to run your business and just make money. So in our builds, we try to minimize a lot of those things. We do spray bleach. It's impossible to not ever have breakdowns because it's a corrosive and it's going to happen. But if we can minimize it, keep you guys working a little bit longer, that's the goal here. Let's take a look at this box. We have our marine grade battery, interstate. We have the paperwork in there. It looks like the wiring's all ran nice and clean. It runs into a circuit breaker. So the hose reels are not on just a typical fuse. We actually have a solid circuit breaker back there. This is a USA made. We're trying to get away from anything that we possibly can that would be a subpar product on our skids. And I know it costs a couple bucks more. And if you compare the price of our skids to some of the others, we are probably gonna be a couple bucks more, but there's a lot more details and things that we go through on our skids, like our gussets, all the aluminum that we use, the build quality, the construction. Long term, you're gonna get a better deal with one of our skids than saving a couple bucks and buying something cheaper that's gonna fall apart. So we'll go down to the bottom here. Here's another look at the plumbing. Again, all banjo fittings. We've switched out all of our stainless to 316 from 304. So the bolts that hold the tank in, the bolts that hold the filters, all the nuts there that hold that, everything is 316. So that runs through there and then up to the pressure washer. There's a side look at the gas tank. We'll go over to the mixer here. We didn't talk about this. So this is our Pro Mixer XL, and the XL part means that we've upgraded all of this. It costs, again, a little bit more, but it's better. 3/4 check valve here, 3/4 mixing valve here. Same thing on the chemical. The soap, we kept that at 1/2 inch because you're only pulling it through a 1/4 inch hose there. All the clamps, again, are all stainless steel. All of our hoses are Curitech. This is about as best as you can possibly get on hoses, and that's kind of across the board here on our skids. But you have your water, your soap, your chem. You're able to turn these and mix them and proportion them to whatever custom mix that you want. And then we have our rinse out valve system there. So what that does is it keeps your system completely rinsed out. So you're able to turn this one here from chem to water. So on your rinse out, you would turn your soap off, turn this water all the way on, your bleach all the way on, and then this valve here changes your bleach to water, so you're able to pull full water flow through your mixing system. One more thing to mention here on our mixing systems that's super important. These check valves here, this stops the water or the bleach from flowing backwards. If you don't have good, high quality, top of the line valves there, these are gonna fail. you're going to fill your bleach with water or your water with bleach, vice versa, your soap. One of the things here, and you cannot tell the difference unless you use somebody reputable, like I was talking about on where you get your parts. We use a Hastelloy spring in here with Viton seals. The ones that are not Viton and the ones that are not Hastelloy, the outside body of them, there's not even a model number on them. You cannot tell the difference. So there's a lot of people that will choose those types of areas to save money and cost. And I'm telling you, I couldn't ethically do that. Sell something that I thought was subpar when there was something that was $5 more that would eliminate a possible issue for you guys. So you can rest assured that the check valves that we're using on our stuff is true Hastelloy. It's a metal that is an upgrade above stainless steel. So stainless steel is commonly used in these. You'll hear it passed around the industry. You know, we have stainless steel check valves with Viton seals. Well, there's one step higher, and that's the Hastelloy. I know that we're getting into the weeds on some of the construction and some of the details on this, but I think it's important when somebody's looking at our equipment that they can trust that we've done our homework on this stuff, and we're trying to put together a really solid quality skid. We'll go to the back here. This is our 12-volt pump. It's the same as the other one. So this is the new dual control, same as the other one I showed you. It's going to eliminate cycling. I'll see if I can get a better picture there. This is going to eliminate a lot of the cycling issues on the older pumps. These are the new Remcos. So this actually has a pressure setting that has been filled in by the company. The flow on these things are incredible. We're going to put some water in this thing here and just shoot the gun. I'll show you guys what kind of distance and how this thing's performing here in just a few. This thing's supposed to work every day for you. The last thing you want it to do is fall apart. So I'll get into some spray stuff here at the end of the video. We'll just kind of do some B-roll here. If you guys are interested in something like this, get a hold of me. I'll leave all my contact information there down below. We're located in Oregon City, Oregon. So if you're local to us, drive up, take a look. We usually have a bunch of skids in the shop, either ours or customer repairs or other projects that we're working on. But drive up, I'd love to meet you guys. Our shop's open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. I'm here most days, unless I'm in meetings. But again, all my information will be down below. Appreciate you guys watching the video, and I'll see you in the next build. We'll get some video of it hitting the gutter.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. You guys are, you know, that's gonna get us. Well, Dylan, show us how far it goes. Wow. So much pressure. There.